Hey everyone, AI. It seems like it's everywhere these days, right? From like movie recommendations to those chatbots that pop up on websites. I mean, it might even be helping you write emails right now. But are we actually getting a good experience from all this AI, or are we just letting it kind of happen to us?
That is a really great question because, AI isn't just about the technology itself, right? It's about how it fits into our lives,
Mm.
how it makes us feel.
And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Hmm.
We're going to give you a framework, almost like a set of lenses that you can use to look at any AI experience through. We're talking Google's Heart framework. Basically, a way to measure how people are really reacting to AI. Not just does it work, but does it work for us?
Yeah. And that's the difference between AI that, just exists and AI that actually improves our lives,
Yeah.
you know, makes things better.
Correct. So, HEART, it stands for happiness, engagement, adoption, retention, task, success. Each one of these kind of tells us something different about whether an AI is actually, hitting the mark. Let's
Hmm.
start with happiness. I mean, it seems pretty obvious, but is the AI actually making people happy?
Well, you know, it's more nuanced than you might think. So let's say you're using some kind of AI-powered language learning app. Happiness, in this context, could mean that you feel encouraged by the AI's feedback. Or maybe you're really enjoying the personalized lessons that it creates for you.
So it's not just about being happy in the sense of like winning the lottery. It's about feeling satisfied. Like, okay, this is actually helping me.
Exactly. And get this, some AI can even analyze your tone of voice or even your facial expressions when you're on a video call to try to figure out your emotional response.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like the AI can sense if you're getting frustrated or if it's actually, hitting the right note. That's kind of spooky, but also pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's all about using that data to fine-tune the whole experience and make it more positive for the user.
That makes me think about all those recommendation systems that we see online. A truly happy experience would be getting movie suggestions that are actually spot on, not just the same old stuff.
Absolutely. And speaking of interacting with AI, that brings us to the next metric, engagement. How often are people actually using the AI feature? Is it something they keep coming back to, or is it just kind of gathering digital dust?
It's like that AI-powered playlist on your music app. Are
Mhm.
you actually listening to it, or are you just going back to your old favorites? I feel like that's a pretty clear indicator of engagement, right?
Yeah, it is. And that's where good design really comes in. Think about those websites where you can just get lost clicking around and exploring. That's what good AI UX is aiming for.
In our research, they mentioned A/B testing. I'm picturing scientists in lab coats with beakers full of algorithms.
Uh-huh. Not quite.
Uh-huh.
A/B testing is basically comparing two different versions of something to see which one performs better.
Yeah.
You've probably experienced this without realizing it. Have you ever noticed how a website's layout might change a little bit over time?
Now that you mention it, yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, that's them tweaking things in the background, trying to figure out what makes us click more, you
Mm.
know, what we like.
So they're like running little experiments on us.
Uh-huh. In a way, yeah. And with AI, it's all about constantly refining the experience to keep users engaged. The goal is to make the AI so valuable that you naturally integrate it into your routine.
Like that friend who always knows about the coolest new restaurant before anyone else. You just can't resist checking out their recommendations.
Exactly. And speaking of first impressions, that leads us to adoption. This is all about how easily new users kind of get on board with the AI.
First impressions are everything. Think about that very first moment when you encounter a new AI feature. Is there a clear tutorial? Does it feel intuitive to use?
Yeah. Because if you're confused or overwhelmed right from the start, you're probably going to abandon it.
We've all been there, clicking around trying to figure out what button to press, feeling like we're failing some kind of tech test.
Right. Nobody wants that.
Hmm.
And good AI design avoids that. It's like having a friendly guide when you're in a new city, pointing out the landmarks, making sure you don't get lost.
That's the kind of AI experience we all want, something that feels welcoming and easy to use, not intimidating or frustrating.
Right. And speaking of staying engaged over time, that's where retention comes in. This is like the holy grail for any app or service, keeping users coming back for more.
Does the AI offer lasting value? Or is it just a novelty that wears off after a while? Like, will you still be using that language learning app months from now? Or will it just kind of fade into the background?
Yeah. And a big part of retention is personalization. The more the AI learns about you, the more it can tailor the experience to your specific needs and preferences.
So it's like having a personal trainer for your brain. The AI gets to know your strengths and weaknesses, and it adjusts the workout accordingly.
Exactly. And that personalized touch can be what sets apart a truly great AI experience from one that just feels generic.
It's what separates the gimmicky AI from the tools that actually become indispensable parts of our lives.
Yeah, that feeling that the AI gets you and is providing something truly unique and valuable. And, all that user love, all that engagement and retention. It really comes down to how well the AI is actually doing its job.
Hmm.
And that's where that final heart metric comes in, task success.
So it's not just about those warm, fuzzy feelings. It's about whether the AI can actually, deliver the goods.
Exactly. Can users actually achieve what they set out to do with the AI? Is it efficient? Is it accurate? Is it genuinely helpful?
So imagine walking into a doctor's office and there's this AI-powered diagnostic tool, and I think we're getting pretty close to that.
Mm,
The accuracy of that tool, its ability to actually help the doctor make the right call, that's task success with some pretty serious real-world consequences.
oh, absolutely. And it's not just about getting the diagnosis right. Think about how the doctor interacts with the AI. Is the interface intuitive? Can they easily input the patient data? Does the AI present the results in a way that's clear and understandable? All of these factors contribute to task success.
Our research actually highlighted that the folks who design things to be easy to use UX designers should be working really closely with the AI developers. So if the AI is clunky or hard to use, the designers can step in and say, hey, this isn't working for the doctors.
Yeah, it really is a team effort. The designers, they bring their understanding of human behavior and needs, and the developers focus on the technical capabilities of the AI. And together, they can create a tool that's both powerful and user-friendly.
It's like having a master chef collaborating with a kitchen designer. You need both the culinary genius and the well-organized space to create a truly exceptional dining experience.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It really is about making sure that technology seamlessly integrates into the workflow, empowering the users to actually achieve their goals.
So we've kind of unpacked all 5 pieces of the heart framework, but before we wrap things up, there's one more layer to this, right? The GSM process.
Oh, right. Goals, signals, metrics.
Ah.
Sounds a little jargony, but
Yeah.
it's actually the glue that holds the whole heart framework together.
So it's not enough to just say, hey, let's measure happiness. There's an actual process here.
Right, exactly. It all starts by setting clear goals. What are we actually hoping to achieve with this specific AI? So let's say we're talking about a financial planning app. The goal might be to empower users to make informed investment decisions.
Okay, so we've got our goal. Then what?
Well, then we need to identify the signals that will tell us if we're actually achieving that goal. What user behaviors would actually indicate success? So in our financial planning app, a signal might be users regularly checking their portfolio, or maybe they're adjusting their investment strategy based on the AI's recommendations.
So it's not just about using the app, it's about using it in a way that suggests they're getting something out of it.
Exactly. And then finally, we have to choose the specific metrics that we can actually measure to track those signals. So for example, we might track how often users log in, how long they spend exploring different financial scenarios, or how many times they actually act on the AI's advice.
Ah, okay. So we're trying to get those really concrete data points to see if the AI is moving the needle.
Precisely. It's about moving beyond those gut feelings and vague impressions to really understand if the AI is fulfilling its purpose.
This whole GSM process, it makes me think about how we should approach AI development in general. It's not just about building some cool technology for the sake of it. It's about aligning those technical capabilities with real human needs and goals.
That's a really important point. As AI becomes more and more a part of our lives, it's so important that we keep that human experience front and center. It's not about replacing humans with AI. It's about using AI to empower and enhance our lives.
It's like AI should be the ultimate sidekick, not some out-of-control robot that's going to take over the world.
Exactly. It's about collaboration, not domination.
So to recap, we've really explored this heart framework: happiness, engagement, adoption, retention, and task success. It gives us a way to assess any AI experience, really. And we've talked about how the GSM process those goals, signals, metrics, ensures that all our development efforts are staying focused on the user.
It's a pretty powerful combination that can help us build AI that actually makes a positive difference in the world.
AI is moving so fast these days, it's really easy to just get swept up in it all. But the heart framework and that GSM process, they kind of give us the tools to stop and ask ourselves, hold on, is this AI actually serving us well? Is it living up to what it could be?
I really like that you put it that way because we really can't just passively consume AI. We need to be active,
Mhm.
participants in shaping how it develops and making sure it aligns with what we believe in.
So next time you're using like an AI chatbot or you get those personalized recommendations popping up, take a step to think about the heart framework. Is this AI making me happy? Am I actually engaged with it? Is it helping me get things done?
Yeah, it's all about being aware of our own experiences with AI and using that to make good choices, and even giving feedback to the people developing it.
It's like we're all part of this massive feedback loop. We're shaping the future of AI with every click and every interaction.
Right.
That's kind of cool when you think about it.
It is. It really is exciting because
Yeah.
it means that we all have a role to play.
Yeah.
We're not just along for the ride with AI, we're actually helping to steer the ship.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the heart framework, here's a final thought. What are your hopes and dreams for AI? What do you want it to accomplish in the world?
Because at the end of the day, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we're creating together through our choices, the feedback we give,
Hmm.
and our vision for technology that puts humans first.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.